The question we want to ask of the text today is this: if God is good, then why is there suffering? Suffering is bad, right? And if God is good, why does he allow something bad? If God is all-powerful and doesn't keep me from suffering, then can he really be good? Or perhaps he is good, but he has no power over suffering. He can't stop it. And if he's powerless to stop it, is he really God? First of all, let's, for argument's sake, stipulate one thing, and that is if God is really God, that means by definition, he is all-powerful. And if that's the case, then that means he is in control of everything, suffering too. That means he could, at the very least, prevent suffering, but for whatever reason, he chooses not to. Why in the world? If God is in control of everything, why would he allow suffering to persist? This is what Peter is telling us in our reading today. He links suffering to rejoicing, glory, and blessing. How does that work? If you don't believe in God, then no, suffering serves no purpose. Because if you don't believe in God, then everything is random. We're all just living on this great big ball, cascading through the universe, and one day we'll all die. But if you do believe in God, then you believe in a God of order. You believe in a God of purpose. That means you believe in a God who gives meaning and significance to every single thing that happens. That nothing happens for no reason. Yes, even suffering. Jesus said, everyone who believes in me shall never die. Lazarus was raised from the dead, but guess what? Eventually he died again. He probably lived several more years after the incident, and then after some time probably got old and died. What was the point of that? Why raise Lazarus from the dead if he's only going to die again later? Because maybe Jesus is trying to tell us something here. Maybe Jesus is telling us something of where all this suffering is headed. Maybe he's giving us a preview of what's to become of all suffering. Maybe it's this: he will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain anymore, for the former things have passed away. And he who is seated on the throne said, behold, I am making all things new. In this moment here with Lazarus, this is what Jesus is telling us. Yes, there is suffering now. And yes, I have power over this vile intruder we call death. And yes, I will silence death. But I won't just silence death. I'm going to undo it. I'm going to make you new again. I'm going to unwind the clock of sin's curse. I'm going to reverse sin's curse, and what was made wrong, I'm going to reverse and make it right. I'm going to make all things new again. Do you see what this means? It means, yes, he allows suffering to occur, but he's going to undo it. And somehow, your future glory will be better for having gone through the suffering. Your future glory will be better for having been through the suffering than if you hadn't been through it at all. C.S. Lewis once explained it like this: they say of some temporal suffering, no future bliss can make up for it, not knowing that heaven, once attained, will work backwards and even turn that agony into a glory. Agony turned into glory. This is what Peter is telling us, that we are most like Christ when we glorify God in our suffering. This is it.